Wait, are you gaming? On a Chromebook?
Yep. It's got a high-res 120Hz display, plus this killer RGB keyboard. And I can access thousands of games anytime, anywhere.
Stop playing.
What?
Get out of here.
Huh?
Yeah, I want you to stop playing and get out of here so I can game on that Chromebook.
Got it.
Discover the ultimate cloud gaming machine, a new kind of Chromebook.
Want to stay up to date on the biggest stories in pop culture and entertainment? Then be sure to check out the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton from TMZ, the TV show, and every day I'll sit down with a member of our news team to give exclusive breakdowns of the day's most talked about headlines, stories we break, and the stories you care about. So check out the TMZ podcast, Monday through Friday, and the other podcasts from the TMZ audio network like Last Days and TMZ Verified, available on all podcast platforms.
Welcome to the Mysteries of the Paranormal. I'm your host, Allison. Here, I'll talk all about mythology, folklore, and cryptids. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mysteries of the Paranormal. Today we're going to be talking about skinwalkers. In the Navajo culture, a skinwalker is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. The term is never used for healers. In the Navajo language, Ye Nadalashi, and I'm so very sorry if I mispronounce that because unfortunately I don't speak the language of the Navajos, translates to, by means of it, it goes on all fours. While perhaps the most common variety seen in horror fiction by non-Navajo people, the Ye Naladushi? Again, I'm sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing that, is one of several varieties of skinwalkers in the Navajo culture. Navajo witches, including skinwalkers, represent the antithesis of Navajo culture values, while community healers and culture workers are known as medicine men or women. By other positive terms in the community's indigenous language, witches are seen as evil, performing harmful ceremonies and manipulative magic, and a perversion of the good works medicine people traditionally perform. In order to practice their good works, traditional healers may learn about good and evil magic in order to protect against evil. But people who choose to become witches are seen as corrupt. The legend of skinwalkers is not well understood outside of the Navajo culture, both due to the reluctance to discuss the subject with outsiders, as well as what Cherokee Nation. Traditional Navajo people are reluctant to reveal skinwalker lore to non-Navajos, or to discuss it at all, among those they do not trust. Animals associated with witchcraft usually include tricksters, such as the coyote. However, it may include other creatures, usually those associated with death or bad omens. They might also possess living animals or people and walk around in their bodies. Skinwalkers may be male or female. Skinwalker stories told among Navajo children may be complete life and death struggles that end in either the skinwalker or Navajo killing the other, or partial encounter stories that end in stalemate. Encounter stories may be composed as Navajo victory stories, with the skinwalkers approaching a hogan and being scared away. Non-Navajo interpretations of skinwalker stories typically take the form of partial encounter stories on the road, where the protagonist is temporarily vulnerable, but then escapes from the skinwalker in a way not traditionally seen in Navajo stories. Sometimes Navajo children take European folk stories and substitute skinwalkers for generic killers. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Mysteries of the Paranormal. As always, I'm Allison, And if you have any knowledge of Skinwalkers, please feel free to email me at themysteriesattheparanormal@gmail.com. I would love to learn more, know more about this. If you have any stories about this folklore, folktale, mythology, anything like this, please, again, as mentioned before, email me at themysteriesattheparanormal. I'd love to hear from you. If you just want to have a comment or say something about anything, feel free to DM me, email me, or message me. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok at The Mysteries of the Paranormal. By the way, you can also find me on Patreon to find exclusive content. Until then, see you later. You can find this podcast at The Mysteries of the Paranormal on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Be sure to tune in every week for a brand new episode, wherever you get your podcast, or at roguemedianetwork.com.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.